Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. All right. I am back for another live stream. I'm in the mood to engage you folks tonight. Really am. That's right, Lorenzo. Hello, everybody. Tonight's live stream is going to be unique. Give me a second here. I'm getting set up here. I'm getting the that way I can kind of see the chat system. NKSG. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. We're going to be talking about War Machine. Primus Bears. Hello. Hello, I'm here. I can see your chat. Can you see me? It's morning in Indonesia. Well, it is 10 o'clock, 9:50 p.m. in Las Vegas. And War Machine. We're going to talk about War Machine. I tend to give so much love to Iron Man, and tonight I want to devote everything to War Machine. The progress, the character, how many suits are there in general. It's going to be War Machine. I even got my trusty Mountain Dew, so it's just going to be it's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good. Give it a second. This message I'm waiting for War Machine, the one with Rocket Raccoon. Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. All right, give it a second here. Folks are jumping in. We're going to talk about folks who are just jumping in. It's going to be War Machine. War Machine. It's a healthy live stream. Hopefully there's no lag. I'm going to do a frame rate test here. I've lowered it down. Good. All right. Sorry. Got specs in my glasses here. All right. So today on Instagram, some photos were leaked of the new War Machine from EndGame. We don't know. Why is it black? Can you see me? El Gamer del Guerros. Can you see me? As long as you can see me, it's black for a reason. Yes. It's black for it's black for a reason. Hot Toys EndGame War Machine was leaked. Absolutely, it was leaked. For those of you who are not aware, this image was leaked. This was leaked earlier today. It has not gone into pre-order status, as far as I know, on Sideshow. In fact, I can take a look right now on Sideshow, and I can see if it has. 1 second here. So I have access. Last thing that's been announced and released in pre-order is Nebula. But it's not about Nebula on this live stream. It's about War Machine, and it's about this it's about these particular images right here. This is what we're going to talk about on tonight's episode. Doesn't look as cool as War Machine Mark IV. I thought this was the Mark V. Is it? Is this the Mark V? That's what I'm hoping you, the audience, can point out and help me out. Is this the Mark V? I can see right there. I see right here, 006. What is that? That's a Mark VI, right? So it's a safe bet to assume that what we're looking at here is the leaked images of the Mark VI War Machine. So how many suits are there? Say Risa. Look at that. Look at that. I love the Avengers. I do too. I do too. Is this the Mark VI? I don't see anybody standing. Or is this the Mark V? Let's take down. Let's go on a little journey here. Let's get rid of this image. All right. So, for those of you who've collected Hot Toys or are new to Hot Toys, if my memory serves me correct, the very first die-cast Hot Toys was the Iron Patriot. And correct me if I'm wrong. I do listen to you folks out there in internet land, but I want to say it was the Iron Patriot. This was the first die-cast Hot Toys. I remember this was 2013. Hot Toys is always the best. This was the first die cast, but it's really this one here. It's the War Machine. So this is the War Machine Mark 1, as seen in Iron Man 2. We have then, this is the War Machine Mark 2, and this was supposed to be shown in Iron Man 3, but this version of this particular model was not seen in Iron Man 3. This is also the one I think the fans tend to cringe the most. Yeah, this is the one, I have this one. This is the one that is probably the least favorite. So we have War Machine Mark 1, as seen in Iron Man 2. War Machine Mark 2, as seen in Iron Man 3. After this, Iron Man 2's Iron Patriot is still considered a Mark 2 repaint. So this is still considered a Mark 2. After this, we end up into the world of Civil War, and this is so far. This puts a smile on my face. This is a gorgeous suit. This is a very, very gorgeous suit. I can just sit here and look at this thing. This thing is gorgeous. How can you folks not love this thing? Look how awesome this thing is. This is awesome. They not only does this suit hold up against the Avengers, but I think it's a masterpiece in design from Hot Toys. They went all out on this. The sculpt, the paint applications, everything about this is phenomenal. So either two versions. So Ricardo, oh my dude, Ricardo Pagan, excited about EndGame. Am I excited about Ricardo? Am I excited about EndGame? Are you kidding? I can't contain my joy. You bet your ass, man. So either two versions at least in EndGame or a typo. Oh, very good. MSM007. Very good. I'm getting to that. I'm trying to work the live stream. There is good evidence to suggest that there is two versions of a War Machine in EndGame. And we're going to get to that. We're going down history here. We're going down a little history lane here. So this is the Civil War. This is the Mark III suit. After Civil War, we get to the Mark IV, which is Infinity War. And this is the one. I have this. I don't have this on pre-order yet. I'm going to get it. I'm trying to play catch up here. I do not have the War Machine Mark IV on pre-order, but this will join the family. I have the Mark IV War Machine on pre-order. Lorenzo Medina, I will get it. I'm gonna buy it. I'm playing catch up here. How many War Machine marks are there? Well, we're going down. El Gamer de Guerreros. We're going down history. We're doing a little. We're playing catch up here. That Mark II looks like the Iron Man cosplay War Machine. So this is the Mark IV. After the Mark IV, what happens, right? After the Mark IV, yeah. Let's look at this leaked, well, not even a leaked image. This is the Lego. Let's look at this. This right here, folks, is the Lego Warbuster. And if you look right up here on the shoulder pad, it says 4.5. I don't know what that means. So it says 4.5. Wouldn't this be considered the Mark V? But the Lego set here tells you that it's a 4.5. I would assume that the Warbuster here is the Mark V, and then the leaked images that were released today it is the Mark VI. Let's look at another leaked image of the Lego. Here you go. You can see a little War Machine, little buddy here popping out of its chest cavity. Still says the 4. Now this could be a misprint on Lego's part. This Lego set is genuine. That hand you see right here, that's my hand. I saw that at Target yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't know, I'm not sure. So we know in the film, right? It's safe to assume that we are going to get a giant badass War Machine in EndGame. My confusion is why are they calling this the 4.5? Again, this could be a typo on Lego's part. Maybe they weren't kept up to speed. And this is a real Lego set. It's perplexing. It really is. It really, really is. Then after that Mark 4.5, then we jump to this. War Machine Mark 6. He's like hovering there like Jesus. It's a pickle. It's a pickle. So in the realm of hot toys. Oh, look at this guy. This is the War Machine Mark II Age of Ultron. They decided to recycle the design of the Mark II and reuse it for Age of Ultron. They gave it a little bit more of a paint job and tweaked it up. I never bought this one. This is probably the one War Machine I did not end up buying. That looks more like a Hulkbuster War Machine style. Wait, War Machine is wearing the suit for the montage in the trailer. That's right. That's absolutely right, MMS07. It was actually, you actually get to see what looks like the War Machine in the trailer. You don't get to see it in its full glory, but it's probably safe to assume that we get the War Machine. And that image that we saw in the trailer is most definitely it. Yeah. I love War Machine. War Machine, it's a gorgeous suit. Let's get rid of this here. In case you're wondering, the pre-ordered Punisher War Machine, this is more of an expanded universe. This is based off the game. I don't think this has a Mark designation. This I did jump on. You know, it's interesting is that I don't have the Mark IV on pre-order, but I do have this. I did jump on this one though, because this thing is a beast. This just looks phenomenal. Who designed all the Mark? I would guess it would be Jarvis or or Tony. I will say though, I really wish that Terrence Howard from Empire. I really wish he would have stayed in the role. I like Don Cheadle, but Don Cheadle's kind of looking old in the tooth. He's not favoring very well. He really isn't. Yeah, Don Cheadle. Let's see what he looks like. Don Cheadle War Machine. Yeah, I would have preferred Terrence Howard would have been I think would have done a better. I don't know. He's such a gifted actor. Terrence Howard won an Oscar too. Didn't he win an Oscar for Crash back in the early 2000s? But you know, I think Don Cheadle did win an award too. And I guess Don Cheadle's growing on me, but still would have been really cool to have seen him. He fits the bill. He does the job. He really does. Civil War suit. Let's look at some prices here. It's also safe to say that this particular Mark VI suit here is probably going to trend around 430 bucks. I'm going to say 440. Who's willing to bet this bad boy? I mean, the War Machine suits, man, they're just as pricey as the Iron suits, the Iron Man suits. They really are. Yeah, $392 for the Punisher. The Mark IV is at $415. So I'm going to predict that the Mark VI War Machine is probably going to be either at $420 or $425 once it hits. It's climbing. It really is. I mean, these things aren't. It's getting brutal. You know, the problem is that why would you? I mean, you could almost argue, well, they're forcing collectors to go to diecast, but if any of you have ever owned a diecast Iron Man suit or a War Machine suit, you understand, man, it is a different experience. It is 100% a different experience. It really, really, truly is. You know, yeah. I feel it's going to die in Endgame. Rick Keir, I feel War Machine is going to die in Endgame. I don't think so. I don't think War Machine is going to die. I don't think Tony Stark is going to die. I don't even think Captain America is going to die. I really don't. I know we've all been down this road before. Remember all the heavy speculation before Infinity War? Everybody swore that Tony was going to die. Everybody swore up and down. I don't think any of the original 6 cast members are going to die. I foresee maybe Captain America maybe retiring or getting his ass kicked, but I don't see Bob Iger from Disney letting his golden gooses die. I just don't see that. I would think Stark might die because he wants to be done with the role. No, that's not true. Robert Downey Jr. is very humble, believe it or not. He's on social media. He's on Facebook. Robert Downey Jr., in any chance he gets, he's always thanking his audience. He's always sharing the love because he came from such a bad place. He came from rock bottom, so he understands his fan base. He loves the role. He loves being Iron Man. He loves the attention. He feeds off of it. He siphons it off. Robert Downey Jr. does not want to stop. I really do believe in my heart he does not want to stop being Iron Man. There's just no way. Don Cheadle, I mean, these guys, I mean, they're showing up for cameos and they're getting nice wages. Why would they want to end it? Maybe Chris Evans. Chris Evans is the only one that has shown evidence on social media that he's getting bent out of shape in the role. He feels like he's being typecast. But I envy, you know, Hawkeye. Even Thor. What's his name? Thor. I can't even think of his name. Chris Pine, Chris Evans. Oh, who's Thor? I can't even think. Somebody throw me out. Text me, Chris. What's Thor's? I'm having a brain fart here. There's too many damn Chris's. Thor, the actor of Thor. Can someone please text me? Someone please put it on the chat. Are you gonna pass on Ronan? That mohawk is cool. It's gonna be. I'm not a big fan. Hemsworth, thank you, Chris Hemsworth. I don't even think Chris Hemsworth wants to give up the role of Thor. He's had a string of duds. I mean, he came out of Ghostbusters. He came out of National Lampoons. The problem with Chris Hemsworth is that his audience only wants to see him in one role. We want to see him as Thor. It's the same thing. It's the same curse with Hugh Jackman. Every time Hugh Jackman is singing and dancing and tap dancing on stage, no one gives a shit. But the minute that he puts on his fucking steel claws, we go gaga for it, and we're buying up the toys, we're buying up the hot toys. So it's with these characters, with Chris Hemsworth. I only care about Chris Hemsworth when he's wielding a hammer or he's wielding that battle axe, you know. So I don't see that these actors want to end. It's a great run. Why? I get it that there's other characters in this universe that want their spotlight. We have Ant-Man, we have Doctor Strange. I understand. I really do. But I did not get this last Thor. I have way too. I feel like I have three Thors already. I don't need another Thor. This one does look cool. I mean, this is a great skull, the great lighted effects. You guys remember that one Thor? Which is the Thor that came with augmented reality? It seems with Hot Toys, and call me out, but it seems with Thor, every time they release a Thor, what's the quote from Civil War? Everybody has a gimmick. Thor with Hot Toys has a gimmick. The gimmick here is his chest lights up and it has the illuminated effects, and it's supposed to razzle and dazzle you. And then the Thor from Age of Ultron, you guys remember that shit with the augmented reality? Oh, Thor and the lightning. You wave your phone in front of Thor. It's a gimmick. It's like Hot Toys feels that the character doesn't have enough clout to justify the $267 price point, so it has to have a gimmick. Not with Captain America. We all love Captain America. Age of Ultron, augmented reality. Thank you. I knew it was one of the... It was a gimmick. It lasted, what? They didn't even update the app. The app was released and then they abandoned it. It was a joke. Jordan Andrade, just ordered my Iron Man Mark L from Sideshow. Can't wait to pay it off and get a question. Do you know if I'm able to make payments of any amount apart from the payments? I don't work for Sideshow, dude. So take it up with customer support. I have no clue. I trade. I'm a collector of sorts. I make the purchase and I move on. I'm too impatient to make payments. I think it's a great feature for collectors out there to have, you know, have that payment plan. But for me, it doesn't work. It doesn't do much. Let me take a look here 1 second. But I got to tell you something. I sympathize with you folks out there, because you know very well that EndGame is going to blow everybody away, right? And the fact that there's a high probability that we're going to get a gorgeous Warbuster Hot Toys to scale, and it's going to be glorious. It's going to be beautiful, and I hope that you're not currently making payments towards the regular Hulkbuster, because I know they're doing a second batch of the Hulkbuster, and it would suck that if you're only committed to one big giant ass figure, that you may miss the opportunity to get the Warbuster. You know, it really, it's gonna be. Hello, Liam. Anthony, I do not have a Black Panther. Oh, don't hate me, folks. I don't have a Black Panther in my collection. Nothing against it. I like Black Panther, but I have to pick and choose my battles. That's really all it is. And this thing here, I mean, just the Lego version. I mean, look at the guns on top of his shoulder. Look how awesome that's gonna look. I mean, you know when Hot Toys releases, and I pray, oh my God, Hot Toys, please spare me. I hope for the love of me they don't release a shampoo bottled version of the Hulkbuster like they did with that bullshit 2.0 monstrosity. What you guys know what I'm talking about, right? The I couldn't do this thing. I couldn't. What was it called? Pull that up here. 1 second. Lego Leaks. Oh, that's right. Look at this thing for $430. I have not. Oh no, I don't want to pre-order. No, I don't want to pre-order that nonsense. I, for the love of me, could not understand why they literally half-assed it. I mean, this is a joke, man. This is a joke. Limited articulation, and the one word. I mean, I remember when this thing came out, and I saw this. Like, look at this. You see that? Vinyl. What the fuck? What is this? A Pops? I don't collect Pops. I collect high-end collectibles. Vinyl is something that's left over from Pop figures. I don't do that. You're asking me to drop this for this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Rob Swallow, seems like Hot Toys is getting cheap with quality lately. No, I will not say that. They've made it very clear on this particular. This is not. There's nothing wrong with using the material of vinyl. It's just when you're asking for $430, because vinyl is typically it's a lot easier to manufacture. It's injection mold in. It's not as highly detailed as a regular traditional. So I don't mind that they're using vinyl. It's the fact that they're asking $430 for limited articulation. And I know for a fact with vinyl, it's really hard to get the extra attention to detail that you typically would get with traditional plastics and die-cast. That's my gripe with that. If this would have been marketed just a little bit more within reason, say between $200 to $300, a high-end vinyl statue, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But this is a lot. I mean, ask yourself, would you want $430 for a vinyl? What is it? 5 points of articulation, something like this, or for the same amount of money, get yourself the Punisher, die-cast Punisher. For most trained hot toy collectors, you're probably gonna want to go with the Punisher, or even this gorgeous piece here. Look at that. Look at this gun. Look at this. Man, they better shoot some pew pew lasers. Just making it affordable for people who can't afford the 1,000 Hulkbuster. All right, that's fair. Ronald Sansel, they're given the opportunity to make it affordable. You're absolutely right. I'll play advocate with you. I'll play advocate with you. $430, right? Making it affordable. You know, I would defend that statement if they made 2 versions of this. So what they should have done is, fine, let's make the $430 vinyl version of the Hulkbuster, and then make the high-end die-cast version of the exact same suit with extra articulation, some bells and whistles, add a cheesy sound box. I don't know. Let their imagination, for $800 or $900. Give the fans the option to choose. Hot Toys is very well experienced with this. In fact, the Mark 6, the Mark 6 is being reissued for what, the 3rd time? In a plastic version, because it still is one of the best-selling suits. How do you spell Mark 6? Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Though this is the third re-release of the plastic. This is the plastic version. The Mark 6 is still the crowning achievement. For a lot of folks, this is the epiphany suit. For me, it's the Mark 7. For me, the Mark 7 is the suit that is the pinnacle suit. In fact, I even speculate we're going to see the Mark 7 in EndGame, because there's going to be time traveling, right? So I 100% expect the Mark 7 to be revisited in EndGame. I'm sorry, but look at this thing. Look, this is the 3rd reissue of the Mark 6 in plastic, mind you. I have the diecast version. It's gorgeous. It sold out immediately. It was gone. I mean, I remember, actually, it lingered on Sideshow for a few months, and then it was gone. And they did a stellar job in the Mark 6. They really, really did. Then you might as well pay double for the better Hulkbuster. Liam Matthews, if you have money to spend on Hot Toys, then you might as well pay double for the better Hulkbuster. This is not this world of hot toys, and I've told this to a lot of folks. This is a dangerous world. You can get this is probably just as bad as gambling. And let's be honest. I mean, this world you get sucked in if you're a collector and you've tasted a die-cast figure from Hot Toys or Justice League or whatever you fancy. It can get very pricey. I remember a few years ago I was in chat with a fellow collector that reached out to me, and it like he fell into a depression because he experienced FOMO. He just felt that he needed to keep up because he was telling me that social influencers, me, who else reviews Hot Toys? Sean Long, Optibotimus. You know, I totally get it that we hype this stuff up. We put this stuff on a pedestal. And that fear of missing out on something, you know, was really affecting him. And I remember talking to him like, you know, you really need to pick your battles. Don't get sucked in. It can get dangerous. It really can. You know, in the world that I live here in Las Vegas, I share my hobbies with a lot of folks, especially at my job, and they tell me, oh, how can you afford 3 4? And and a lot of my friends, and I tell them, and I'm like, look, I don't have any vices. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I outright, my expenses are very minimal. I've established my life to be very as efficient as possible. That nets me the disposable income. I drive a very fuel efficient car. It's so fuel efficient. I don't buy gas. I drive an all electric car. I do things to save here so that I can afford this. But kind of rambling on here. Going back to the Hulkbuster. I don't think Hot Toys uses cheap materials. I do think that they tend to subtract from what the collector wants and needs, and I think they're doing, for the most part, doing their best to kind of gauge it. But it's I totally get it. It takes them a year of research and development to make a product, and then for it to flop, it hurts their bottom dollar. I mean, there's been a few Hot Toy duds. Not all Hot Toys are a big success. So there's quite a few. I can point a couple of them out right here. Like BB-8 and like the Rogue Ones, and there's a few duds that tend to what do we have for Rogue One here? Not that Krennic though. That's gonna be a really nice Krennic. I actually like it. He was probably a saving grace for Rogue One. Yeah, Jen Urso. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh goodness. Let's get this out of here. Let's go back to the. I think the leaked in game. Oh goodness. Let's put it up here. Luckily, I don't have the money for autos. Can barely afford Mescos plus the 1/4 scale. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it, man. Liam Matthews, if there's nothing, I mean, if you want to live vicariously through me, I try to be as very as humble as possible. I try to reach out to the audience as much as I can. I like this little setup here, where I can kind of go through my slideshows and kind of have the live stream a little bit more efficient. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. Hopefully I'm going to do a little bit more live stream interactions like this, because this is fun. I kind of have my little, you can't see it on the screen, but I have my little, I can see you folks putting your chats up here. In fact, if you're curious, this is exactly what I see on my end here, and I'm going to show this right here. See, look. See this right here. I'm going to show this to you. If you guys are kind of wondering what I see, and I'm going to, this is fun. Here's my little chat window. So I can totally see what you guys are telling me. But I just tend to move it away because that's really not the focus. It's really not the focus of it. The focus of this live stream is why they made this suit. God. You look at it now, and you look at the history of War Machine, how it's evolved from, you ask yourself, how do you go from this gorgeous Mark 1 suit here? I mean, this thing is a beast. I mean, this thing, it's aggressive. It has that fierce look. It held its own against the Mark 6. And then you get to this neutered or spayed and neutered version of the Mark II, and you're like, what happened? What happened here? But they made it up. Essentially the the Marvel MCU designers did make it up, and they did make it up and apologized with this thing, because this thing is beautiful. I gotta say, this is probably one of my, I mean, this thing went up against Giant Man. It went up against who else? Who did it get its ass kicked? Was it oh, I can't even think tonight. The One-Arm Man. Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. Mark 1 is still the best. Mark 1, I'm going to tell you something right now. The Mark 1 suit has aged very, very well. The Mark 1 suit, I mean, they really did a good job on it. They really, this suit really did age very, very well. Really did. And I think they're going to make it up with the Infinity War. I mean, this right here, this is going to be, I can't wait. I'm going to pre-order this. I've not pre-ordered this yet, but I'm going to, because I tend to borrow points from Sideshow when I get certain figures shipped. Then I can then move the points that I've collected towards future purchases. But this is going to be on my to-do list right here. This is going to be it right here. To hold my gun for War Machine Mark Buster. Hold my beer. Dankest Media, love your vids and live stream. I'm going to try to do a little bit more of this. You know, the one photo that I forgot to put up here, but I did have it, is you guys remember this guy right here. Look at this. I don't know if you can see this right here. Yeah. There you go. First one that gets the name on this gets a shout out. You guys, oh, sorry, here you go. All right here, right there. So, first one that gets the name of this gets a shout out. Iron Man 3, but let's see, go back here. I don't know. What do you guys think about the Lego leaks? What do you think about that? I think that's gonna be just as cool as shit too. I really do. Get something on here. Matt J. Gaiman, you get the shot, of course. The hot rod suit. Absolutely. Oh no, Matt J. Gaiman, you got it. You get the blessing. You get the blessing of Denobi too. You are a true Iron Man fan. All right. Well, I think this is going to be it for tonight. I had fun rambling. I tend to ramble and look at this and going through the little photos on here. And unless you folks out there have a special request, I think I'm going to end the live stream tonight. So this was fun. This was a lot of fun. As always, thanks for watching. And unless somebody out there has something for me to bitch about, I'm going to sign out. See ya.